Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the WWE Ultimate Edition 18 Randy Orton figure from Mattel. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks spectacular, and honestly, probably one of the best, most spot-on looking Ultimate Editions we have. I think they absolutely nailed it. I mean, in terms of the kind of formula they used for the body and everything else, like it's spot on. I think this is the perfect kind of assembly of parts for Randy. It just looks exactly like his physique. They did a great job on the tampos as usual. Again, just kind of a lot going on there across the shoulders, onto the other arm. As normal, we just get the painted on hand wraps, so no details there, but we do get them there. And everything else is just kind of like, black trunks. We do get the RKO there on the back, so it's kind of the black on black design. We can see some of the design here on the right. Which always kind of looks extra classy. Then we get, boots we've seen before. We've seen the knee pads. I guess my only gripe, if any, is that just the legs definitely seem a little long. They kind of have that look for wrestling figures that initially didn't have me collecting, but it's not an eyesore. It's just I think they look slightly long in terms the relation to the rest of the body. But then looking at the face sculpt, the face scan, just spot on. Could not be better, honestly. They just really got that look down, the raised eyebrow, just looks spectacular. So yeah, fantastic looking figure. When it comes to accessories, we got a really nice loadout, it being an Ultimate Edition. So starting off with hands, we do get our requisite C-grips right out of the box. Then we get a pair of fists, and finally a pair of posed hands, which we've seen with various other figures, but for Randy, obviously this is his, kind of going up on the ropes, throwing his arms back posture. So there's that. Then we get 3 different head sculpts. We do get the one we looked at before with the just kind of like cocky grin. Then we get more of a neutral face sculpt, kind of squinting a little bit there. Then finally, we do get the yelling head, which is probably the most interesting of the bunch. Don't know if it's my favorite, but there are some good details going on there, especially inside the mouth with the paint on the tongue and the teeth being very, very clean. So there's that. Then we do get the Raw tag team title, his version of it, his own title. It's been held by a few different wrestlers naturally. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Unfortunately, we're not going to get obviously a Matt Riddle with this belt, as he was in RK Bro at the time. But still, good belt. Love the shine on the plastic, and I like they're going with a lighter kind of rubbery plastic here for the strap itself because it makes it just lay a little bit nicer. Finally, we do get the sleeveless hoodie that he normally wears as entrance gear. Really nice details here. We get the RKO here on the front, which you can see nice and cleanly done. The Viper in the middle. In the back, we get this nice intricate design with the Viper and the skull and the RKO here on the edges of the triangle, or diamond rather. So very, very cool. Lays pretty nicely. It does kind of pop up a little bit at the hood, unfortunately. So if you have the hood over the head, it doesn't lay quite as nicely as it could, but still a nice piece, especially with this white lining here in the front. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation, balance here are wonderful, as they should be with an Ultimate Edition. Freestanding kicks, no problem. This took no time to get into, but getting into the finer points, we do have that barbell joint going from the neck into the head. So we do actually get some really nice up here. We get some, not really a ton of down, kind of running into the chin part of the sculpt there, but we do get some side to side, and we get rotation, of course. We do have our butterfly joints, about that far back, that far forward, hinge and swivel at the shoulders, so we're coming up into a perfect T. We do have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows coming there. We do have hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. We do get our ball joint here at the diaphragm, and we actually get some pretty nice crunch forward, which is very nice. Then we get some decent arch back, a little bit of side to side. Then we get our waist swivel. We do have drop down hips, as we have been seeing with Ultimate Editions. That allows us to get full on splits. Absolutely insane. Then we get front kick, and full 90, absolutely no issues there. We do get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which are bringing us to about here. The knee pads are nice and flexible here. Then we get boot cut, and we get pretty much perfect point. Insane amounts of forward, a little bit of rocker both in and out, and then a toe hinge. So that'll do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here it is with some other WWE figures, with some other wrestling lines, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with articulate icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Ultimate Edition 18 Randy Orton figure from Mattel is that this figure absolutely rules. I think in terms of likeness, this is probably one of, if not the best Ultimate Editions we've gotten from Mattel. And that says a lot because this is one of my favorite lines of figures, period, not just wrestling figures. And this really is kind of the pinnacle of that. Like, they really captured everything they need to capture here, and that's really cool. So admittedly, I wasn't even a fan of Randy Orton until recently, so that's kind of speaking to the kind of power of that's part of the magic of action figures that I talk about occasionally. So yeah, just really good stuff. Highly recommend it. Certainly if you're a fan of Randy Orton, or if you're just collecting the Ultimate Edition, just definitely pick this up. It's not available as of me recording this video. I am way late to this one. In fact, I had to pick mine up on eBay, but I got it for pretty much retail, which is pretty cool. So, I wish you the best of luck in finding this on the secondary market. Again, if you can find it close to retail, absolutely go for it. If not, the prices aren't too bad otherwise. Just definitely don't pay inflated, like crazy inflated prices. You definitely don't need to. So, yeah, fully recommend it. So I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if you did, hope to see you back here because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. And yeah, beyond that, I just really hope you are well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.